We are gathered here today to mourn the loss of our great friend, Jay Gataby. Are there any friends or family of Jay's here today that are willing to speak on his behalf? Oh, you, sir.
Thank you. My name is Nick Haraway, and I'm a pretty close friend to Jay. As you know, we are all gathered here today to celebrate and give thanks to the remarkable life of a charismatic and one amazing individual. We all know him as Jay Gataby, the mysterious man who threw extravagant parties, but not many people really knew who he was. James Gatz was born in a small town in North Dakota. At the age of 17, he served as a lieutenant in the Great War, but upon his return to the United States, he wanted to pursue a different life. This led him to change his name to Jay Gataby. Jay always dreamt of doing something really great with his life, and it's very unfortunate that he will not be able to achieve that. Excuse me. He was also a man of extreme generosity. I will remember Jay as the most generous man that I've ever met. I'm not talking about the endless nights of parties he had for people to be entertained and have a great time. Jay was the wealthiest man I've ever known, but he didn't show it off like the other wealthy people. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Jay didn't spend his money on himself and spoil himself with extravagant things. He liked to share his wealth with others. This generosity was apparent at one of his parties when a girl ripped her dress, and Jay bought her a new dress worth much more than the old one that she ripped. Jay was also a terrific role model to those around him, and many people looked up to Jay because of his rise to the top of social circles and his accumulation of great wealth. We all know Jay because of his fantastic parties, bands, delicious food and drinks that he generously provided us with every weekend. We thank you for that, Jay. But very few had the luxury of knowing Jay as well as I did. He caught me off guard when he told me about his parents' unsuccessful farming industry in out west. This led Jay to make his own money, and he did just that. The wealth he accumulated in his life, though it was not entirely for himself, the money he earned was meant to be shared to impress the love of a married woman, Daisy Buchanan. Gataby met Daisy before he went off to fight in the Great War, but when he was away, she met and ran off with Tom Buchanan, the college football star. Jay dedicated his life to attract her. He accumulated millions. He bought a mansion. He bought pools. All this stuff was for one thing, though: her attention. Jay Gataby was by far the most fascinating and interesting man that I've ever met. This led me to respect him more and more every time I was with him. We may have only known you for a short period of time, Jay, but we'll never forget both you and what you lived for. Without you, the world is such a different place. We are sad to say you're gone so soon. Rest in peace, my friend.